So today we will finally, hopefully, get to the glacier from Gustavus. So it's if I look here at the map, um, this is where we flown last time from Cockpit to Gustavus, and all the glaciers are actually there, you know, located kind of. I don't believe that. Well, like this is also called like Glacier Cabin, but you know, at 0 feet of elevation, it doesn't really count. And yeah, we don't have anything else. So the closest one is actually that one. And also the elevation is like 6,000 feet. So I believe that it's should be like a good candidate. It doesn't. It's on top of the mountain, so it doesn't have any, you know, tricky approaches, as I think. But I believe that it's gonna be a nice place to put our aircraft down. I will be flying the Comanche again because you know it's much better, and I much like it much more than the Goose. So yeah, so let's switch to yeah, first get the coordinates. I believe that if I click on it, does it have coordinates here?
I think if you right click and then more and then copy coordinates to clipboard.
Ah, yeah, you are very experienced.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time
But let's see
merging at Google Map.
how close I. But this is different. But 57. Okay, let's convert it. So that is like 57, 54 north, right? And then we have 133 and actually 06 west. And let's remove that one. And let's see. Ah. Oh, sure. Yeah, I put it into the valley there. So let's remove this point. Okay, something like that. So I tried to get, you know, some rudimentary flight path together. We will be like, if I look at the weather, there is some, you know, possibility of some mountain obscuration, but otherwise sky should be clear. So in order to kind of make sure that we don't really fly into the mountain, I think that we should keep low as long as possible. Not sorry, no, that's not the reason why we should keep low. The reason, yeah, we should keep low, and because of the mountain obscuration risk, we should avoid the mountains. That's what I wanted to say. So I would fly over the sea there. You know, here I believe we have some paths, you know, that we can go through, and then we get very close to how do you pronounce it? Juno.
I'd say Juno.
So let's say Juno. So quite close to Juno. We will address that in a little bit, and then you know from here then we can start climbing, you know, and then take it, you know, along Tracy Arm all the way there. Why to keep low? And that is, you know, if I look here at the Juno area, you know, there are no like flyways, there are no like VFR transition routes, but we have depicted the regular airline, you know, corridors. So I've planned to actually fly like from like around there, like where is this? No, here, Funter Bay, right? So pass it here and then fly along the Stevens Passage all the way to Marmion Island or Arden Point and then go more south. And here we can see that, for example, on Marmion, the aircraft are usually 3,000 and above, right? Here it is 5,500 and above, and so on and so forth. Here we have some departure route, and I believe that when the jet is departing, they climb like crazy, so that should be fine. And I was thinking, like, that just keep below 3,000, maybe just 2,000 or something like that, and we should be fine. All the way there to Marmion, and then from there we should be able to climb a little bit more, right? So that's the reason why to keep low. And going back here, yeah, I believe that's quite it. As far as route planning, we don't really have any airspaces. We have a lot of wilderness areas, and we should keep, above 2,000 feet AGL in those. So that's also one reason why to fly above the water. Yeah, we can avoid this Pleasant Island. I don't know why I would avoid Pleasant Island. It seems rather pleasant. And yeah, and then we need to kind of hope that we are able to find this field. Uh, Hard to say, where what the scenery will be, but basically, according to the map, the water should end and the snow should begin, here. So might be, that we will be able to find it, and then it sits like, if I go here and look at the contours, contour lines, you can see that there's like a placid area here, that we should be able to land. We can also try to see what kind of wind we should expect, so let's see. If I go wind, and I will actually do 6,000 feet because that's the elevation, and our field is someplace there, right? So we have southerly winds, and it actually looks like that the better runway will be runway, well, 15. It is designated 15 here, but I don't believe it has any numbers. So in that case, we could either go in like this way, or we can like overfly it, try to spot it, and kind of circle along. And here we have a nice upslope that we can maybe follow. But again, in the sim, it might look completely different. So we'll see how it is. But I will count that runway 15 is probably the safest bet right now. And yeah, back to the weather. So that's 6,000 feet, and we will be battling like headwind all the way in. 3,000 feet, yeah, it's a little less headwind, but not by much. Actually, in this part we will be flying again against the wind. So, but I believe that we should be grateful because the wind is actually going from like to the sea. So that's maybe the reason why we have nice weather, because this these clouds do not have like an option to actually come in. So we should be grateful at least for that. Other than that, I don't know if should cover anything else. The runway is rather short, so be aware of that. I believe we can fly, right?
Yep. Let's go.
All right then. So yeah, one last thing you might have noticed in the plan, I entered this slash, and I just entered this altitude 7075, but it automatically added also the speed in knots. That's where you can set up kind of when you generate the navlog, then it will recognize that the Marmin is the point where you start climbing. So initially you fly like 3,000 and then you start climbing to 7,500 or something like that, right? So that's what you can do.
Mhm.
But I
Sounds good.
already covered that before, so yeah, so just some extra information there. Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
If not, I'll wish you happy flying. Glacier doesn't hear us, but yeah, when
I
he
think it will
comes,
be here in a minute.
yeah. Okay
Alright,
then.
happy
Yeah.
flying.
What are you flying, Christian, today?
Kodiak.
Kodiak. Okay, so you won't be there like in half a time again.
No, it's way too short for PC-12, the field.
Yeah. All right.
See you there.
See you there. This is
Thomas,
the.
have you joined already? Connected already? I don't see you anywhere.
I have not. So let me connect.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an issue with my connection.
You missed me already.
Yes, very.
Okay, I should be there now.
I don't know what to do without you, you know.
Yeah, I know, but you know, I'm there now, so no worries.
Oh, good.
Do you see me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I forgot what the wing is and what the thingy in front of me does. Send help.
It's kind of this, when it's too hot, right? So just blows, cool air onto you.
Oh, nice.
So it's like AC, but not really AC. How do you call it in English? Ventilator? Not really, right?
Oh. Yeah, it's a really big and fast one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I have it open so it doesn't fog. Where is my friend? There is my friend. Okay. So, let's see if we can start the plane, and I will actually show you how when you start the plane the door will close because of the wind, because of the propeller. Do not start the plane in real life with the door open, but here just the demonstration purposes. Okay, so we will make sure that that is off, and then we get the battery on. We will try if we have a fuel pressure. We do. That's fine. Okay, we will switch to the right tank. So okay. There, we have a right tank on. I don't want this one. And then beacon goes on. We will prime our engine twice. Alright. And let's try to start this. They're starting as well. Come on. Go. There we go. And the door is closed. And we just need to make sure that it's really closed like that. Alright. Okie dokie. We will be flying VFR today. So, like that. 122.5. I hope that that's the correct frequency for this airport. It is indeed. Alright. So I will just move this away. I don't use it while flying. We have some wind from the north. So believe that will call up for runway. Well, the ideal runway will be 02. Do we use 02? That sounds nice actually. Yeah, let's do 02. Okay. And I haven't fixed my my stuff here, so some of it works like this. That's good. But the map doesn't work. But I don't need it, so that's fine. I'll just need it for taxi, and then we should be fine. Right, navigation lights we have. Yeah, we'll make sure a bit. I'll clear that one and exit. Good. Altimeter settings. Well, the elevation of this field is 36 feet, so we'll need to adjust the altimeter a little bit to read correctly. Something like that. Nice. And I will synchronize this. I should be able to... Which button have I configured on? I need to find out. Yeah, that was heading, and then if I put it in, I can use that one. Oh, okay. So we will sync the gyro to like 24 maybe. Yeah, something like that. And then we will pull it back again, and now we can adjust heading, and we will be using runway 02. Okay. Now our initial heading will then be like around 110, so just to remember that, I will put my OBS selector to 110. There we go. And I believe we are ready to taxi. What's the temperature? All temp is still in the low, but it's fine. Gustavus traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is a Piper Comanche on the apron, and we'll be taxiing for runway 02 Gustavus. Now, parking brake is off. Verify. Yeah, we are braking. That's good. So let's taxi ourselves to 02.
Gustavus traffic, November 36 Foxtrot, type cardiac on the ramp, taxiing to runway 02, Galaxy Comanche. Gustavus.
Does it actually have taxiway to the runway? Let's see. The markings are very poor here. So I will just actually still go this way. Yeah, it's just open nothing. Yeah, here were some lines. It don't really make any sense. I want to use the full length of the runway. It's not that long. It's just, well, it is still 3,000 feet, so plenty of space, but still. And that is already the runway, right? It's not the taxiway. Let's see. Maybe it's a taxiway and runway. No, it's already a runway. Okay, so it's a rather strange whole short line. Quite long. Yeah, we still have some way to go. Yeah, let's stay kind of next to the runway. In the meantime, the temperature, all temperature is now in the green, so we are free to do our run-up. Someone's chasing us. And I just remembered, I believe this is too much of a speed. Let's do like 140 instead. You have like 42 minutes and previously it calculated 41. Not really a huge difference, but still. Okay, so let's do a run-up. Let's go to 2000 RPM and observe. Everything looks good. About magneto 1900 and the second magneto also 1900. Now let's reduce that to 1200 and back. And once again. Alright. Now let's try idle. Holding. Perfect. Alright. I believe we are ready, so we will put our fuel pump on, load our landing lights and strobes. We will do our flaps 2. Gustavus traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, taking off runway 02. It's gonna be a straight out departure. Gustavus. There's like nobody here, so should be fine. Okay then. I will switch off the map. There we go. And let's get to it. Airspeed is alive. Oh. You don't even need to do anything. Oh. I don't need flaps anymore. Gustavus traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie after departure from runway 02, now heading east, passing 1800, climbing 3000, final call Gustavus. basically fly along the coast.
Traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, upwind 102, 1300, climbing 2500, departing to the east, final call, Gustavus.
Okay, we are nearing 3000 feet, so let's lower the nose. It's a little bit gusty here. Putting the aircraft like 1900 RPM. It's a nice setting. We're leaning the mixture. Okay, enrich a little bit. Lower power. We've climbed a little bit more than I wanted, but we can get down. Okay, fuel pump is off, landing lights can go off. A little bit windy. We've picked up some VOR. A bit more windy. So on our present course, it should take us around the first user effect like 8 minutes, including the climb, and it will take us there. So yeah, well, we're a little bit more here after takeoff, you know, and then we took like the flight. There we have this pleasant island, and here is the small one there. So basically we're flying here, which is our first turning point, and we'll see if we reach it in 8 minutes or not. And then, as I don't need the heading anymore here, so I believe that I already set it up for the next lag, which is gonna be around 62. So actually I can use this knob there, like so. And whenever I have a chance, I will try to sync the compass, but anyway, it's so wobbly that this one is actually dancing in its cage. Let's see, it reads... yeah, it reads everything. I believe it's mostly correct for now. Maybe if I just... yeah. Alright, well, we're nearing 8 minutes and I believe we will actually be there on time. We're doing almost 140 indicated, but we are very low, so it's gonna be very close to our cruise airspeed. I mean, we are very low to the, like close to the ground, so that's what I meant. And after passing this point then we will actually turn inland and we will try to head for this bay. Much nicer weather than last time. Sometimes it looked nice, and when I looked at it, it kind of got blank or bland. Well, yeah, what can we do? Oh, I'm playing the scenery game. Right, fuel, yes, it's around the same in both tanks, so that's fine. Running on the... Why is the left one in the... completely, like, alter... There was like a wingtip. Auxiliary tank wingtip. Okay, we're almost at that point. I believe we can already turn, but well, we have some land here, so let's wait. Well,
Hello?
yes, a little bit low, but yes.
I'm kind of late today. Where are you guys heading?
We're headed like to something that is not in the default scenery. We are heading to the Glacier.
STO9.
Yes.
Are you guys connected on the network? I see you.
Yep. We're on that sim. Great. So if you can, just join us.
Yeah, I'll board, and I don't think I can catch up to you, but...
Oh, well, you can maybe pick another airfield, you know, maybe take off from Juneau instead. Might be good. Alright, so this leg should take us about 7 minutes. We're going 1 minute already. I believe we are heading like into this gap. Yeah, we're heading into this gap, so that's fine. And there's some traffic alert here, but since I don't use the map here, I don't know where they are at. If he said he was like doing like 205.
Do you have like another code or reference points where I can find the destination or
Yeah, there is like, I can send you coordinate sky vector here into the chat so you can get it. Alright, check the chat here in this channel.
Thanks.
Alright, we are doing almost 11 gallons per hour, which is like standard here for this aircraft, if you lean properly. And the air got much smoother. We have the aircraft trimmed. We don't have any rudder trim. It's flying nicely. And we already see the beacon of some maritime base. It's, yeah. Well, that's what it is. So after we pass this space, or yeah, gap, we'll be we will be turning like again east. We will be flying along the coast, along this coast, all the way to Mermion Island there, or a tip of it actually, or maybe Mermion Island VRP, visual reference point, and then we turn right and continue along this Stevens Passage, I believe, and yeah, and there and there we will also start our climb to 7,500. All right. This is I like the scenery. Yeah, I wonder when I will be able to switch to 2024.
Alright, sure, I'll put some Juno and then head east, hopefully catch up to you guys, and then I'll head back.
You will head back, okay. You don't fancy landing there?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't trust my defaults. Even though I just got all the perks, I still don't trust the defaults here.
Oh, okay. We'll see, or you'll see. I don't really know what to expect myself, so we'll see. Right, I believe this leads to Juno International, if I'm right. Actually, no. Well, yes and no. It's already there, not just leads, but it should be there already. But we will be flying here, along this coast there. I believe it's time to turn, isn't it? Yeah, we can already turn a bit. Very slowly. Easy does it. And the official heading calculated by my friend Skyvector was 81, so let's put it to, yeah, well, yeah, I already pointed it at 81. Okay. We'll reset the timer at 6.25. We were a little bit faster, or I reset the time late. Whatever. Our flight path is now 15 minutes and 40 seconds, and it should have been 15 minutes, so we're basically on time. We'll still be keeping just under 3,000 feet here. We see the runway of Juno International. Must be actually a nice airfield to land an airliner, especially from the east. Going here, through that channel. I don't think there's like an official FAA approach like that, but I believe for those operators that operate here in this area have their own approaches, and pilots should probably be kind of specially trained for it. Alright, how long are we flying to Marmion Point or Island? Around 8.5 minutes. And we will recognize that when the island will come to an end. Let me keep low to keep below traffic. even though there's none. You can check this radar there. Where are we? Yeah, there we are. Okay, Christian's taking slightly different route. No problem. He's doing very similar ground speed as I am. And I'm talking and heading into the mountain, so let's turn away. You don't want to fly into the mountain. Time to switch the tanks, so left tank goes on, right tank goes off. Take around 4 more minutes to reach the end of this island and the entry point for airliners. And then I believe we should be continuing there. Let's confirm with the map. Okay, that's not the map. That one is. Yeah, basically circle that one there and continue straight on. Is there any risk of getting lost? No, there's only one channel to the right, so I will keep to the east side of that channel. I don't want to hag it fly too close to it because you know, turbulence and so on. So I'll probably fly in the middle somewhere, and you know, when I see that inlet, I know that it's time to turn left. The next heading will be around 122, so let's just put it here, and also let's take this time if I find some calm, no wind, no turbulence setting. I will just turn the compass just a few degrees. Okay. right? So the end of the island, and we'll continue there. Yeah, we should not really fly above the island because of the wilderness area. So we'll continue straight here. And this is the entry path. It's kind of funny, like this is completely green and that is completely under ice. I find it funny when I'm flying like along above very green island and just, you know, few meters across the channel there's just only white.
I wonder if they implemented this better in the 24 version.
Yeah. Well, I will see soonest in the fall. You know, at the 1-year anniversary of the official buggy release, I will try, or no, I will investigate if it's worth it already.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my aircraft to be converted to 24 native.
Yeah, but that also needs, you know, developer needs to be confident in that one.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's nothing really speaking against having two in parallel. I think the install size is way smaller for 24.
Well, yeah, but then when I tried it, you know, in the like last year, it was actually streaming the aircraft itself as well. So when you switched, for example, to outside view, it took some time until they loaded. So I don't understand the logic of streaming the aircraft itself, you know, the image of it.
Yeah, so you can kind of log everything into your marketplace. Because it's a DRM thing. Usually you're very low volume.
Very low volume of what?
Voice.
My mic.
Yeah.
This mic has this particular problem. Let's see if I can do something about it, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Thomas, more or less, how much do 8 quarts of oil weigh in pounds?
That's asking too much of me. But I believe that when you actually measure empty weight, or when you have like an empty weight figure, it will contain the oil. It will not contain the fuel. Well, at least, actually, it will contain the fuel that you cannot burn, you know, this unusable fuel. And also the oil should be covered in the empty weight of the aircraft.
Just a question though, like I had this calculator for a biker Cherokee, and it has this, one of the items is oil, so I thought maybe like it doesn't count it, and it's standard basic absolute weight.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it at 0 and whatever, it's not gonna change much.
No. You know, then you take, you know, a liter of water, you know, on the board, and then, you know, it's already a different weight. You forget to pee, you know, before the flight, and it's a different weight. There was actually a thing with some Asian airlines, you know, that they would encourage all people to actually pee before the flight. It has like twofold advantage. First, they would be lighter, and I believe for each kilo, you know, you save certain amount of, you know, dollars. And the second advantage is that, you know, they don't need to clean the toilet that much, you know, on the board.
That makes sense.
So win-win scenario.
Definitely.  'Cause, like, I mean, like, I don't know, 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 I tried to like stick my microphone closer to my mouth. I'm
It's
not
much
sure if
better.
it's making
Much better.
Okay. Glad to hear that.
It's like in the real aircraft, unless you are actually licking the mic, you cannot hear.
No. About that, like I was surprised. Yesterday, I had my very first flight. It was a discovery flight. I was surprised by how loud the radio is. Like you can set it to be really loud.
Well, you can still tweak it, right? You have a knob for that there.
You can still what?
Well, you can adjust the volume.
Oh yeah. It's just that the piloting command would like adjust the volume, and it was go like really high, and I would be like startled by an ATC talking.
And how was the flight?
Really good. Like how it was the happiest day of my life. That's just how I can describe the experience. Like
Yes.
I remember you telling me about the differences between the simulator and real thing, and like how the feel of the aircraft, and I got to feel all of that. And
But there is not much difference, right?
no, when you no, pretty much like controls wise, it's pretty much the same, except you actually have to put some force into the yoke.
Yep. What were you flying, Cessna?
Yeah,
Okay.
132 SP Skyhawk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like a passenger before, like in a Cessna, and they would remark how sensitive it is, and then I took them up in the ultralight, and that's when they really understood that Cessna is not sensitive at all.
Like I did think Cessna was quite sensitive. If it isn't, then
No, it's a bus. It takes a real effort to turn it compared to some other aircraft. But you know, it's a good aircraft, so you know, it's a reliable workhorse, right?
I did have a scare in the takeoff. Like, the piloting command instructor, he took off with flaps at quite high altitude. If I remember yesterday, density altitude was 7,500.
Oh, nice.
And he took off with flaps, and he tried to maintain the VX, but we took off with tailwinds. So on the takeoff, he took off, and he maintained like 62, 63 knots, and then we got like hit with burst, and I could see the airspeed drop to like 40, and then the stall horn goes crazy, and I have the spare of my life on that takeoff.
Yeah, they just pulled, like pushed forward, right, and it was fixed.
No, he didn't.
Oh my!
That part made me uncomfortable. I was like, what are you doing? Why aren't you not pushing forward to gain speed? I mean, this runway is quite large. We have quite the amount of time to get to our altitude. And why aren't we going for VY? Why are we going for VX with tailwinds and burst like that? Like I could see the airspeed go from like 60 to 45 and then back to 60, and that scared me.
But you
But
survived.
other than that, the flight was very good.
Yeah. So, are you going for a training?
Yeah, hopefully I will. I still have to need to finish my career and start working so I can pay it. Because it was a gift from my parents, that discovery flight. And yeah, it did make me fall in love with this stuff more. Like I got to keep the aircraft straight and level for about 30 minutes. And yeah, like I could really see how the simulator really helps.
So he did not really let you turn at all?
Yeah, he did let me turn, even
Yeah.
comfortable with doing banks greater than maybe 15 degrees in this terrain. Because where I believe is really mountainous. It's like sort of like Denver. And like even though we are like at 9,500 feet, we're like 1,500 AGO. So, and there isn't really any sort of spot you can like if you have an engine failure, it's not that easy to find a spot.
Yeah.
And so like I was like I'm not gonna go for heavy vehicles like greater than 15 degrees.
Well, the bang itself will not, you know, decide if your engine fails, though.
Yeah. It's just that I'm like I won't push it. That was I know this thing can support like 50 degrees banking or maybe even more, but I'm not gonna push it. I'm not brave enough.
Yeah, but I'm really glad that you liked it. It's yeah, it's a good experience.
Yeah, it was a good experience. Also, it was really cloudy. Like we had to really. It was one of those dodging scattered clouds VFR days.
I actually
So
like the
I-
clouds because it's also nice scenery, you know.
Yeah, other than that, best day of my life. 100%.
Yeah.
Best day of my life. I want to fly again.
And how long was the flight?
An hour. About an hour.
Yeah. And does it already go into your logbook?
I think it didn't really go into my logbook. Fair enough. I still got to fly it. And yeah, and I got to taxi the aircraft on the ground on the last part. Like I got to taxi it from like exiting one of the main taxiways to the hangar.
Nice.
And yeah, I did see maybe some vapor lock in action. I'm not too sure if that was vapor lock or not, because the aircraft took like 3 or 4 attempts to start up.
Might be vapor log, or it might be, you know, that you flood the engine. Might be whatever.
Yeah, not really sure there, but
Okay, now I need to start concentrate on finding the airfield.
yeah, now I have to concentrate on taxiing and taking off. Get myself
Alright, so let's see. We had some conversation there. We are above Tracy Arm, and now we are actually flying along that. It will take some time. According to the book, it should take us around 10 minutes to get there, and we are flying only like 3 or 4 or so. It's still there, but we'll see what will actually happen and what we will see. It's not probably the best aircraft to land it on some Glacier, but since this is like a simulator, we don't fear the inadequate tires and so on. I'll keep probably the map here a little while. I'll zoom in on to that. So, yeah, it might be that the water will be actually frozen a little bit more in, even though it's like, well, now it's 0 degrees, but at this altitude. Or maybe this one might be that one. Well, in that case, we would be very close already. Let's see, 5 minutes. Okay, it will take us another maybe 3 or or two until we get there. So it actually might be, yeah, might be it. But in that case, below us we should be, well, we'll see. We'll see if we hit the correct one. Because that would actually mean if this one is that one, and that's a big if. Because 5 minutes should take us someplace there. Yeah. So if that is that one, that can actually take me in, and yeah, well, not really sure from this altitude. What about the fuel? We are running on the left tank, and I will switch it to right so I don't need to think about it later. We are nearly there. But remember, I was talking about some upslope, you know, that this upslope that we can use, but it would basically be behind. Feeling like we are only there, but the time doesn't really agree. Although we are taking slightly less time, so we're actually faster. It's gonna be a challenge. Well, there's some water there. Which one? Well, it looks like this one. I do believe we are only there. Yeah, there is like... But maybe we are. Because there is the next one there, also with the river. Sharp turn should be, yeah, sharp turn to be, oh, well, okay, maybe we are only here, because then there's a sharp turn left and right. Let's see, and then we have like some gradual slope. Should be that one, shouldn't it? Let's investigate if this one actually turns right. Well, no, it turns too much. Okay, but I believe that this upslope will be that one actually. So, in that case, our landing field will be someplace there. I'll probably try to turn left. Yeah, we'll turn left here. It's a bad scenery there. And we are at like 9 minutes or something, so I believe that our landing site is actually behind this mountain, someplace on it. So from which side will we take it? I don't know. It's probably not gonna call out any frequency calls. Yeah, and then we have this inlet going in. It's the big one, and this is the small one. So I'll take the small one there. Try to spot the airfield behind this peak. And we are at 7,000 feet already, so let's keep 7,000. That's yeah.
Thomas, are you on multicom?
Well, I'm on like 122.9er, but I won't be doing any calls.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was sharper from some distance. Now it's like blind. Okay, so could it be like, yeah. Oh, there is something there. I believe that will mark our spot. Yeah, I see the runway. It's also some sort of, let's take it around and land on it. Or attempt to land on it. Alright, so let's slow down. Let's pull our cockpit. Oh, I see dry air here, so not really needed. We'll put our landing lights on and fuel pump. Yeah, so we have nice scenery ahead of us and some bland scenery right, left. Okay, we're slowing down. Just increase the RPM a bit. We'll deploy the landing gear now. It's actually... What's the maximum operating speed of landing gear? I believe it was 146 or something, so it should be fine. Okay, that's deployed. We'll wait for flaps a bit. And we should descend already, so let's put the power down. Wait for those flaps. I believe that I can put them in right now. First ones. Right. Let's start descending. We'll do flaps 2. RPM and a little bit of mixture, but not too much. Okay, it looks like we'll be landing right next to each other. Someplace there is a runway. Let's follow him. Landing gear is down. Yes. Okay. Now I see the runway. So let's do flaps 3. Because it's approaching very fast. It's an upslope landing. Very hard to judge in this white here. But I need to go really slow. Like on the verge of like stalling. Some crosswind there, so that's correct. Oh, stalling already. Okay, let's make it. Not really sure if I broke the nose wheel or not. this. Right. Landing lights off, strobe light off, navigation light off. Avionics, fuel pump. Flaps are up. No, flaps are now up. And yeah, let's cut the engine. What is this? Okay. So, the Eagle has landed. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see from the outside how it looks like here. We have some cabin there, we have a snowmobile. Otherwise, not much to look at, but yeah, we're able to put it down. Maybe we did not crush the landing gear too much. And hopefully see you, I want to see next week, but maybe it's gonna be this Saturday already. So take care, happy and safe flying.